Hey guys, it is Wednesday evening here in West Virginia, and as I mentioned yesterday in our video, that we were going to take a look at some Fineworks and Greenlight 64 Impalas, and even the 63 too, from Greenlight, because Fineworks only produces the 64 Impala Lowrider. They have numerous other models, but the only lowrider they have at the present time is the 64 Impala, and they just dropped 3 new colors about, I don't know, a week, 2 weeks ago. There's a pink one and a green one, like a mint kind of green, and then there is a black one with like graffiti comic book type of print on it. It's really weird looking. But the prices are right on these cars because they are highly detailed. They are the most detailed lowrider on the market in 1/64 scale, and they are probably one of the cheapest. Actually, they are probably the cheapest when comparing it to equivalent brand like Hot Wheels RLC or old school Revels. Now, if you bought the Revels SRP back in the day, they were only like $4 and $5 a piece. But nowadays, the cheapest ones are like 15 to 25 bucks, and that's the cheap ones. And then the RLC stuff starts at 33 bucks from Mattel Creations. Now, the Fineworks stuff you can get as cheap as like $23 plus shipping. By the time it's all said and done, you'll have like 32 or 33 bucks in it. But that's a pretty good deal when talking about this car. Now, I have this one apart. What's cool, they're held together by screws. There's 2 little screws, Phillips head screws on the back of the car. And actually, I could bring out my black one and go over it with you guys. So this is a Fineworks untouched, unmodified, except for the wheels. I do not like the stock Fineworks wheels. They're a little bit too big of a diameter for a lowrider. So these wheels are from Diecast Mafia, the triple gold 13-inch Daytons. So as you can see, the Fineworks Impalas are screwed down with 2 Phillips head screws on the backside of the chassis. There's a tab in the front that slides into a little slot in the front of the body, and these cars are very nicely done. As I mentioned, you open the trunk, you have a detailed trunk that looks like a fiberglass enclosure with a couple of subwoofers and one tank. It looks like an air ride tank back there. That's the one thing I don't like, but the details are there. Very nicely done. Has acrylic taillight lenses. A lot of separate pieces like the bumpers and side mirrors, everything you can think of. Now, they do have an opening hood also with a detailed engine. Now, the engine itself doesn't look so great, but the details are there. The engine block and valve covers are painted a different color than what the air cleaner is. You have a radiator with some details on it and stuff. So very nice cars for the money. And they are limited production. Up until these last 3 that they released, they were only making 999 of each unit. I'm not sure what the production is on these latest 3. Probably the same. But anyways, that's a look at one that's still together. Now, this is the base of one after you take it apart. You just remove the screws and then drop it down and pull back. Usually the engine air cleaner will come off when you're doing that. But it can easily be glued back on. And then, once you get it off, the engine is attached to the chassis. You just take a little flat blade and put it under it and pry up, and it pops right off. And you can see there's 2 holes where the mel ends went into, holding it in place and such. So, this is what you're left with. Now, the Greenlight car. Well, here, we'll take the base off of the Fineworks body here because this is your Greenlight base. As you can see, the dimensions the size, everything of the base itself are identical to the Greenlight. It's almost like they came off the same mold. But they didn't. As you can see, Fineworks has a lot more details on the chassis than what Greenlight does, but the dimensions and everything are the same. So anyways, the only difference is that the Greenlight keeps the engine inside the car. There's a boxed in area here that has the engine inside of it. Now the Fineworks, however, does not have that. As you can see, it's open there, but the design is still the same, the way that things are made, except that the engine stays in the Greenlight car's body versus the engine staying in the chassis like Fineworks. Well, anyways, the only thing you have to do to get clearance on the Fineworks base, Greenlight has a little plastic bracket here and two little pins, rivets, holding a bracket on for the hood. Well, you can remove it or you can grind it down. On my orange one, I removed it. On this pink one, I just had to grind it down and it's went in fine. Now, the only thing is, as you can see, there was a tab here that I did grind off. You do have to remove that tab, and that's the only mod you have to do to the chassis. On the Greenlight body, the only mod you have to do is grind that bracket and those little rivet heads down. And the chassis sets on perfect. As you can see, it looks like factory. I'm not shoving it all the way down yet. Yeah, because I still have to install the interior. Now, that is the only other obstacle that's going to be in your way. You must use the Fineworks interior because of the way that the chassis is designed. You have this raised area, like a transmission tunnel, basically, for the posable suspension. Now, the Greenlight one does not have that. As you can see, it's just totally flat. So your Greenlight interior does not set in there too good. So you have to use the Fineworks interior bucket. Now, these interiors from Fineworks are highly detailed compared to Greenlight. Even the bench seat or front seats are removable. So you can take them out, paint them, do whatever you need to do to meet your needs for your lowrider. This car, however, with the purple, like lavender interior, it looks pretty good against the pink on Gypsy Rose. I know it should be pink like Greenlight made it, but it's not too bad. And also, the dashboards are designed exactly the same. Yep. That just came out of that car because unfortunately on the Gypsy Rose, I don't know why, but they use some adhesive to glue the dash in. Usually they don't. Usually you can just pry a little bit and these ears will slide off the little rivets inside, but it didn't. They were glued down, so those tabs broke off, but still, once I put it in the car, put the interior bucket in, it stays in place. So I did remove the Fineworks dash and put in the Greenlight car. As you can see, it fits just like it was made for it. Same design, same dimensions, everything. So now we have the interior all set up. So now what we're going to do is put this on here and basically you can hear it snap into place. And, oops, well, I was going to say usually it stays right in place, but this time it didn't. Yeah, usually they snap in pretty good. Probably because I've taken this car apart so many different times and put it back together that snug fit is kind of wearing out. But that is no big deal. You could probably drill holes in the chassis if you wanted to, and go ahead and make a new rivet, or you could also use a Phillips head screw, tap it. All you would have to do is basically use this as your template, the Greenlight chassis, drill the holes, where they are. The only thing is you would have to kind of recess into the gas tank back here because the gas tank is a little bit bigger than the Greenlight one. But as you can see, it's on there. These are the stock Greenlight wheels, also for Gypsy Rose. I ordered a set of the OG Kragers, like Gypsy Rose originally had, from RPX1 design. Because they're smaller and skinnier, they look much more realistic. So I have those coming for this build. But after that, it's pretty much done. As you can see, it has the stock Chevy engine in it. And then the not Greenlight, but the Fineworks. As you can see, you crack open the deck lid. You still have your trunk detail back there, and there's no problem with it fitting on the Greenlight chassis. As I said, I had put the dashboard and the interior in the Fineworks car. Just trying to get this to go back in there for a moment. I'm putting it in wrong. That's why. It would help if I put it in the right way. There we go. And then I just set the body down on top of the Greenlight chassis. And as you guys could see, I mean, it fits just like factory. You could cut a couple of little slots on the rear side back here and put in the Phillips head screws again. And they would hold the base down good enough. You wouldn't even need anything in the front. And there you have it. You have a 64 Impala. It's not like the parts are thrown away or useless. You just take a functional, positionable, adjustable, whatever you want to call it, base from the Fineworks and the interior and put onto your Greenlight car that you desire. And then put the Greenlight base on this, and then you have a car that either sell it or you can put it in a display as just a regular lowrider without a adjustable suspension. Now the gold one, or the gold base, I should say, this one is probably my favorite of the two. I just wanted to do Gypsy Rose because, well, that is like the queen of lowriders. But this orange one is actually my favorite one. Now, the interior is a dark maroon. I took the base and interior from this white one from Greenlight. I mean, from Fineworks. Now, as you can see, I put the Greenlight interior in it. It looks really good. The tan dash, tan interior corresponds with the car itself. Really good. And if you wanted to, you could even pop the bumpers off. They're exactly the same. And put the bumpers from the Fineworks car on your Greenlight car if you desire. That's another option you can do with it. I'm not sure about the grills, though. Now, the only issue I've had with Fineworks, and it happened with this car, and it happened with my stock black with purple flames, where there's no tension on the front and rear, like the ball is worn out. I tried grinding it. I tried cutting down the screw. I tried doing numerous things, and sometimes they'll tighten up where they work great, and then sometimes they don't. Like my other black one, I can't get it to stay up to save my life, but I do have little pieces of foam that I cut off of little craft projects from the holidays my son and I made, and it's perfect. They're just like little flat pieces of black foam. Some are orange, and you can put them right underneath the rear end housing or underneath the front. And it does perfect with holding them in place for display. So if it isn't working out for you, if you're having a hard time with the Fineworks and chassis staying in place and nothing else works, That's what I do whenever I have them on display. I put some foam underneath the rear end or front end to get it to set in the position I want it to. So guys, that's it. I just wanted to let you guys know that that's possible to do. And here is the Greenlight 63 Impala. It uses the exact same base as the 64. As you can see, there's no difference. This is the one my buddy Gilbert modified for me with the stock Greenlight stuff. And there's a piece of the black foam I was telling you about, because this one, the rear end, has gotten a little bit loose and I over-tightened the screw and broke the head off. So I'm using that black foam back here so I can prop this car up on 3 wheels when I want to. Well, hold on, oh, I don't know why it's not working. That is the side it should be working on. Huh. It's making there we go. I was going to say, it's making a liar out of me. But yeah, that foam works pretty good. I think it's shoved one way too far or something like that. But yeah, it works out pretty good to keep cars in their spot if your position's getting, or if your position of your chassis is not staying in place and it's getting a little bit worn. That's a little trick you can do. But that's it for today, guys. I just wanted to show you that. So you can use Fineworks chassis on Greenlight 63 and 64 Impalas without hardly any modification. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll be back again on Friday with our Free It Friday. I'm not sure what I have for you guys, but we'll crack something open. Thanks for watching.